All right. It is our great pleasure to introduce the very cool and the very mighty Mr. Jimmy Cliff.
Reggae music may have started in Jamaica, but this genre that encapsulates the feeling of beach vacations, love, unity, suffering, revolt, and freedom has become common everywhere. So many artists could and should be featured on this list. Here are 10 of the most iconic reggae artists in the world. Some are still around, some have already passed, but all have been influential in spreading reggae music to the masses. Welcome back to Elite Jamaica, the place you come to learn about Jamaica and Jamaicans. If it's your first time joining me here, consider subscribing to the channel by clicking that red subscribe button, and remember to turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon so you never miss any of my updates. Number 10. Upton Lewis. One of Jamaica's great defining voices of the rocksteady era, Lewis's successful hit song Take It Easy is reported to be the first rocksteady song recorded. Take It Easy ushered in the rocksteady era in Jamaican music. Singer-songwriter Beres Hammond and dub poet Muta Baruka calls rocksteady the greatest era of Jamaican music. As a winner of Jamaica's National Festival Song Competition with Boom Shakalaka, one of the most popular festival songs ever, it became a chart-topping hit.
Hey, I love you too. I am because you are.
Number 9. Bob Andy. Bob Andy is arguably one of Jamaica's greatest songwriters, as well as one of the country's greatest vocal stylists. Andy's use of jazz inflection in his vocal styling made his songs commercially successful. His classic album, Songbook, is a musical masterpiece, a brilliant array of songwriting and singing on par with any Bob Marley work. Bob Andy was one of Jamaica's music great singer and songwriter.
Yes, they're rabbi.
Number 8. Marcia Griffiths. Not to forget the many women in reggae who have influenced the sound and music of Jamaica. Marcia Griffiths is called the Queen Empress of Reggae, and rightly so. She began her career in 1964 and sang backup for Byron Lee and the Dragonaires Band, and even for Bob Marley at Studio One. She recorded her first hit in 1964 at Studio One, Feel Like Jumping. She is still alive and performing and received a Jamaican Order of Distinction in 2014. Her key tracks are Electric Boogie, Feel Like Jumping, and Don't Let Me Down. Tied at number 8 with Marcia Griffiths is Gregory Isaacs. Trying to make it big in the 60s without much luck, Gregory Isaacs created his own label, African Museum, and in 1973 he had his first hit. He often recorded for other producers to fund his label, and found great success in the 1970s. His key tracks are My Only Lover and The Stranger in Town.
What about a classic called How Could I Leave? Ababa Janai. We present to you the Crown Prince of Reggae as he rides again in Joseph coat of many colors. Let's hear it for Dennis Emmanuel Brown.
Respect. Except you best again. Calamari, calamari.
Number 7. Dennis Emmanuel Brown. Dennis Brown was discovered by producers at the age of 11 in Kingston, Jamaica, and began recording immediately. Bob Marley has stated that Dennis Brown was the best reggae singer out there, and he had a stream of hits and international fame while still a teenager. He passed away in 1999, but his music lives on forever. His key tracks, Money in My Pocket and Silhouettes.
Old friend, ladies and gentlemen, it's none other, someone I grew up with in Trenchtown, brother Toots Eberts.
Number 6. Toots and the Maytals. The Maytals got their start recording at Studio One around the same time as the Wailers in the early 60s. They became Toots and the Maytals once Frederick Toots Eberts was released from prison in 1967 on drug possession charges. They have had several hits and toured internationally, until 2013 when Toots was hit in the head while performing in Virginia. Toots and the Maytals songs have been sampled and covered many times over the years. Their key tracks include 5446 Was My Number, Funky Kingston, Pressure Drop, and Sweet and Dandy.
Oh, wonder is a perfect wonder. While they were dancing in that ballroom last night.
Number 4. Desmond Dekker. Signed to his first record deal in 1961, Desmond Dekker and the Aces recorded and toured for decades. His hit, 007 Shantytown, is one of the best known reggae songs of all time and turned Dekker into an icon of rude boy culture in Jamaica. During this period, he wrote many songs that served as commentary on the ghettos in Jamaica. He continued to play live until his death from a heart attack in 2006. Key tracks include Shantytown, Sing a Little Song, Fu Manchu, and It Mek.
But I am glad you made mention of this, and I am also glad that representatives of EMI, my recording company, is here to hear you saying that bumbleclot, because these
All right,
are the
let's
things...
take it a step further and see how many...
Number 3. Peter Tosh. Probably considered the most rebellious of the reggae artists, Peter Tosh was outspoken when it came to legalizing marijuana and black freedom. He was an original member of the Wailers, who eventually went out on his own as a solo act. He was murdered at his home in 1987 by 3 armed men in an attempted robbery. Key tracks include Legalize It, Equal Rights and Justice, and Stop That Train. Number 2. Jimmy Cliff. Jimmy Cliff has been on the reggae scene since the early 1960s, where he first started recording in Kingston, Jamaica. He is best known for starring and providing the soundtrack for the movie The Harder They Come in 1972. He is still performing today and has been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and awarded the Order of Merit from the Jamaican government in 2003 for his contributions to the music and film of Jamaica. Key tracks include The Harder They Come, Vietnam, Sitting in Limbo, and Many Rivers to Cross. Number 1. One can't say the word reggae without having Bob Marley come to mind. He wasn't the first reggae artist, but he was certainly the most influential when it came to bringing reggae music to the worldwide stage. Starting with the Wailing Wailers in 1962, Bob has a life of music until his untimely death in 1981 from cancer. His music lives on through his wife, Rita, an icon in her own right, and his children, most well known being Ziggy Marley. Key tracks: Could You Be Loved, Trenchtown Rock, Positive Vibration, Redemption Song, and many, many, many more.
When you look at me and say goodbye.
And for my honorable mention, Alton Ellis. Alton Ellis is the definitive voice of Jamaica rocksteady era. Ellis operated in a more competitive era with distinct diversity of male vocalists than Dennis Brown. Alton Ellis is one of the top 2 most influential vocalists in Jamaican music history. Thank you for joining me again, guys. I do hope you found this video interesting. If so, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet subscribed to Elite Jamaica, consider doing so by clicking that red subscribe button. And remember to turn on notification by clicking the bell icon so you always receive my updates. I am Alex. Bless.